Hey, welcome. Hey, and welcome, you guys. Hey. Hope you guys can hear me okay. I think there's volume. Hey, P. Bronson. Hey. I hope I'm good. Let me know if I'm good before I get started. Please like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, comment down in the comment section, share this video. We share your videos because sharing is caring. That's what I'm supposed to be doing. Happy Saturday, you guys. I know I'm a little later than usual, and I may be a little earlier next week, so Lord only knows. Hey, Shayna. Hey, girl. Hey. Let's get this up here and let's talk about it. Still trying to share the video really quickly. I am just a little bit out of it today, you guys. It is cold out there today, and rainy and windy, and I've just had enough. I thought we were supposed to be in spring. Well, I think actually next week is supposed to be warmer, but that didn't help me today, okay? Today I wanted to stay in my bed. Um, you guys, we're here for Raising Kanan, Power Book 3, Season 4, Episode 6, The Price of Fame. Yeah, we're going to talk about more about Mr. Famous, aka Sean. The summary for the episode is Rock tries to overcome Marvin's poor judgment. Kanan recruits Jukebox to help him get justice for his friend. Unique assembles the final pieces of his plan. You guys rate the episode and let me know what you thought. I gave it about a 7.5. I don't know if it's just me. I feel like we're moving pretty slowly this season. I hate to be judgmental, and this is the first time that I'm actually getting to review it, so I'm excited about reviewing it, but I just feel like they're going to give us everything at the end, and then I'm going to be all hyped up, and then we're going to have to wait. But I did hear, like I said, I don't know what the actual factuals about Famous, but I did hear that they had to rework um, seasons 4 and 5. You guys let me know if you heard the same thing. I'm not really too sure. I don't know what's going on. I'm just trying to go with the flow. And also, I did a short from the actor Antonio Ortiz on IG. It's all my shorts. He was just saying goodbye to the P, so he's not coming back. So your girl's gonna let it go. I'm gonna pour out. Oh, I didn't bring my wine. I'm gonna pour out a little wine. And we're not gonna James St. Patrick this whole thing. I'm just let it go. Y'all say he gone. R.I.P. Fame. R.I.P. Hey, Stephen Harris. Hey. I'ma let it go. Let it go. Yes, I'm gonna let it go, y'all. So everybody is processing their grief differently in this episode. Like I said, it's called the price of fame. So like I said, we're still dealing with the consequences and repercussions of what happened last episode with them finding the body and whatnot. Hold on one second, y'all. All right, I just want to make sure my volume is good because y'all ain't said nothing. So we get OG Kanan, he's narrating and he's talking about loss and how the loss causes you to lose yourself, baby. Grief is a whole It's different types of grief. We're gonna focus on the grief that you feel when somebody is physically gone through death is what we're talking about, but there's all different types of grief. Like I said, that's what we're focusing on the episode, so that's what he's narrating. We're over at Lou's bar, Cafe Vu, I believe, and they're having like a little memorial for Famous. So everybody's sitting there and they're having all their little side separate conversations. Lou is talking about how losing the losing the youth, and it's got him down. And Rock is kind of asking if he heard who did it, but of course, it's the streets. Nobody knows nothing. There's a code. Even if you are you really going to say anything? Probably not. So she says, "Listen, Kanan gonna want payback," and Lou says, "So does she." And she's like, "Let me." First, she asked him, like, I thought you weren't down to do that type of stuff anymore, because that was one thing I was glad about when she went to his whole like I guess like a step ceremony, if you will, or like an anniversary of being clean. That she kind of, because we remember back in the previous seasons, I own you. Lou been trying to get out of this foolishness for forever and a day. So I was glad that she saw everything that he had been through and she kind of was finally letting him go. But now that he sees what happened with Famous, he says, she thought he wasn't down. He says he's willing to make an exception. She's kind of reminding him that the police are going to be watching you for a get back. He's like, well, honestly, ain't really no get back to be had because they don't know nothing. So everybody is just in a bad way. Juke is telling Kanan when he finds out who did it, like she wants in. And this isn't normal Juke, but since, she says since they put down Fame, she ready, she ready for action. I think even before Rock kind of left out, she had made a comment to Juke to kind of look after him. She's been kind of dropping that throughout the episode with everybody to just keep an eye on Kanan. Because Kanan don't make good decisions, okay? Raising Kanan do not make good decisions, hardly ever. So Shirley's at the bar and Marvin is sitting there and she's talking about, it being a huge tragedy. And she tells Marvin to keep the ones you got close. He said close enough to keep them safe, but far enough away that they don't do the same dumb shit you did. And that's going to come back to us later in the episode because that's what we're getting when it comes as it pertains to Juke. Now, he wants to kind of before put everything on the army, but Juke is kind of even saying later, like, this is who she is. And she tried not to be this person and she tried to like stay out of the game. We did see that from her. She wanted something different with her life. I don't know why she tried the army. We knew that wasn't going to pan out because Nicole's dad told her, but she just, you can't hide from yourself. Show my age again. So Unique goes to pay Phil Russo a visit and he says, he's got some pieces in order. He's back with his connect, but he's going to need some money and he's going to need some muscle from Phil. So Phil's like, how am I going to get paid? How are we going to do this? We don't live in fantasy. We live in the real world, tangible goods, products, services, all of the things. And Neek is like, listen, I have the supply. You're going to get your cut. And Phil says, listen, your girlfriend has the market corner, but Neek do not appreciate him using that G word, okay? He called Rock the B word, talking about that B is not my girlfriend. I said, tis, tis, kiss, okay? Tis, tis, tis. Neek is a little testy, y'all. I was laughing because he said it more than once, and you could see it in his face. But to me, they are smoothing him out a little bit. He's not as crazy, I hate to use that word, as he has been in previous episodes. He seems like he's kind of coming back into the Neek that we knew. It still don't really make sense because it's not quite logical, but he's not quite Ronnie 2.0. You guys can get that in the comments and let me know if you agree. I see just some slight changes to them. There's clearly still a brain injury because the pieces of the puzzle don't quite fit. And he's, making fetch happen. So he tells Phil he's been hitting up her operation and that her product is running out because her connect cut her off. So in his eyes, everything is kind of falling into place. He's like, you keep talking about a plan, but he's already about that action. He got things moving. So Phil is trying to explain to him that, he is the little brother to New York's big brother. So he can't take Stefano out, but if they kind of soften him out, his own people will do it. So he's telling Unique, listen, but you got to be smart. No dropping bodies. It's a little late for that, sir. You should have been here a couple episodes ago to tell this man that. But he's telling him no dropping bodies. That includes your girlfriend. Like I said, he goes to the girlfriend more than once, and Unique gonna get mad more than once. So he's like, he gets it. Cold War until they need to get hot. Cool. So Phil is, he gives him some information. He's like, you need to go talk to my guy Akbar down in Trenton. Shout out to Jersey. So we're going to meet up with Akbar just a little bit later. Hold on one second, y'all. I'm mad. I still had y'all on mute. Was having a whole conversation. I was saying, sorry, y'all. The kids about to be out of school, and so we about to enjoy a little staycation. But they roaming around a little bit, so hopefully it don't bother you too much. It's a Saturday night. You know how they normally do. But anyway, we is getting back to this episode. You see the picture up here. David is worried about some paint colors. Okay, is it going to be is it yellow or green? I think it was yellow or green. Baby Rock was annoyed. Now you be annoyed with kids, just speaking to kids, they're just not following your instructions. They're just not listening. It's not all clicking. Rock is annoyed, okay? It's written all over her face. So she's like, the trucks need to move. But, he's trying to tell her they're short on drivers. Whilst doing a line, yes, you heard me, whilst doing a line, David suggests that the organizations have a mixer. Baby, not a mixer. Not a drug dealer and drug distributor, well, not a distributor, mover. Mixer. What is going on? So Marvin is kind of hemming him up against the wall and, doing what he do. You to worry about colors. You want to be black. You want to be blue, all the things. This fool, because he high as a kite. He stay high as a kite. We saw he was high as a kite another episode, and now we see exactly why. He be on that stuff, that white girl. While he got this man hemmed up against the wall, he just laughs right in Marvin's face. Look on Marvin's face, the look on Rock's face. David is a lot, y'all. He is a whole lot to digest. So he's like, you're funny and strong. I said, what? I didn't know that about you. That's why I need a mixer. Rock is like, but just put his ass down. Just put him down. She's like, ain't gonna be no party till you move this. Like, get her done, okay? Frustrated. The face is hysterical. Hysterical. So they leave. And her aggravation is the levels is moving up. We probably at about a level 6 or 7. It's getting higher and higher. So she's telling Marvin, I told you to be like on Terry. Marvin's like, nah, that's not exactly what you said. And she did. And she said tough, but not too tough. And she's like, I told you we needed this truck. She's like, we still got the truck. She's like, yes, but this mother effer running it is more concerned with the drink menu at this prom he's throwing. I was hollering, baby. I said, Rock got jokes, okay? She needs to make introductions. So she's like, I can't introduce coke up Chinese Martha Stewart to the Afghan brother, with the poppy fields. I said, baby, not coked up Chinese Martha Stewart, but the accuracy. I love the lines that they give us and little bits of comedy to lighten up some of these very serious subjects. But I was just like, come on, girl. Come on, Patina. So Rock does not think that Terry was going to tell. Marvin is like, yeah, no. He said he didn't care. He didn't care about nothing. He was going to tell. He was going to scream it from the mountaintops. She doesn't believe it. I think Marvin was right. Terry had to go. I hate that he had to be the one to go, but Terry was going to tell it. Okay, he didn't care. He said he'd rather sit in jail and be divorced and be alive. But now he's not. So he really got to worry about it. We ain't got to worry about it. Hey, Candy Love. So Marvin is like, all right, well, we could take David out too. Rock is like, you are not listening. I told you we need these freaking trucks. Like, we not taking out nobody else. But that's what Marvin do, okay? He shoot first and ask questions later. He throw hands and ask questions later. He don't really have time for the foolishness and the games and the jokey and you talking ish. It's not a Marvin thing, okay? So she's like, you are in charge of keeping this crazy MFer in line. I said, good luck, Marvin. Good luck. Oh, baby, we go on over to Kanan's place of operation. We see OC. He is talking to somebody about his hay fever, antacid, something tearing up his stomach, child. I don't even know what he was talking about. But he hangs up the phone when Kanan comes in. He telling Kanan they out of product, but Kanan's like, no, I was asking about famous. Oh, nobody knows shit. Kanan's like, listen, I'm willing to put up some good money for some info. So can we get that done? Please. Thank you. And OC's like, OC went and did the work. He said, you said there was no work. Oh, we got a little left. Kanan does not like the BS. The backs and forths and backs. Pick a side and stay on it. Do we have product? Do we not have product? You know something? You don't know something? What the? Kanan. Hey, Tamika. Hey. Kanan. I'm with you, bro, because we starting to see the cracks in OC's foundation. There's a little more than him just being weird. He's definitely doing some funny business. Now, we as the viewers know exactly what he's doing, but you can see in Kanan's eyes, and Kanan do not have time to play, okay? Kanan is on his revenge stuff. He has no time to play at all. So he tells him, listen, you want to make some loot? Get me some information. Did you? What do you rate the episode? Because I gave it a 7.5, girl. We got so well. I love the very end scene. That part I like. Some of the rest of it, I child. Maybe I am a tough customer. I feel like we moving a little slow this season. I don't know if it's just me. I get we're putting a story together. I get they had to make some adjustments. So I'm going with it. I'm going with it. Um, we see Kanan later. He's going over to his storage spot. He's making another deposit. We see somebody's watching him, and it's not his anxiety. It's not his anxiety. It's not his anxiety. And for once, it's not unique. Because they keep giving us that. They gave us that vibe last time, but this time they're really like bringing it home. And I said, where did Mr. Lucky Charms get a car from, and how is he able to drive it? How can he reach the steering? Well, he can reach the steering wheel. How can he? How can his feet reach? Don't come for me, y'all. It's OC. That's who's watching. That's the moral to the story. Where did he get a car from and how is he driving it? He's watching Kanan. Okay? He's keeping his good eye on Kanan so he can run back and report that to Unique. He not long for the world. I should start me a little RIP list because we getting out of we getting out of here, okay? We getting these folks out of here. Okay, you gave it an 8.5. Okay. All right. Yes, Mr. Lucky Charms. Okay, because I don't want to say the other thing because that might be offensive. So we're gonna go with Lucky Charms. Okay. Yes, hit that like, turn on those notifications, subscribe. Please, let me leave that there for a minute. Garcia with his funky ass gone over to Mama Olga's. He asking her questions, but she ain't got no answers. He says that Fame was tortured before he was unalive. Hate to see it. And they disposed of his body. So he's doing his regular cop talk. They only care about the job and the information they're trying to get. They don't really have no bedside manner. Okay, I don't know what you call it when it's a police officer. I know the doctors is bedside manner. They ain't got none of it. Okay, they don't care nothing about what you got going on. So he starts talking his stuff. He's like, if you care about your son, you'll help me, baby. Mama Olga is giving me Rock. The way Rock was looking frustrated with David, Mama Olga's looking like, and now if I slap this man, we're gonna have a problem because he's the law. So I gotta try to play it cool, take my deep breaths, breathe in, breathe out, right? She's like, when I came to you for help finding him, you didn't care. Now he's going and you're questioning whether I care about my son. Get the F, yes, get the F out. Get out of here, okay? Garcia's like, he was working with the NYPD, assisting them in the investigation of the unaliving of a police officer. So Olga's like, the cops probably ran his mouth and saw him out. Mama Olga, what I want to know is if you know how it works, if you know how this whole thing works, why did you give away the pum and get your son in this trouble in the first place? Because we wouldn't even be here. I mean, granted, he shouldn't have took out Freddie, so we'll start with that. We'll start at the beginning. But had you not done that, but now all of a sudden you know the game. Now all of a sudden you know Southside, you know the hood, you know that people be informing and cops be, baby. She's grieving. I'm gonna let her rock. Steven, you gave it an 8 also. Okay, maybe I'm a little low. I gave it 7.5. I gave it 7.5. So Garcia's like, listen, I need your help. But then he starts saying bad things about Sean. I said, oh my God. He said Sean did bad things, do something good on his behalf. She reminds him that her son is the victim. Now, she give him another one. Get the F out. Like I said, that's all you can really do when a police officer's sitting up in your house. It's about all you could do, okay? You for the Thomases, Team Uncle Marvin Thomas and Team Raquel. I'm with you. And Lulu too. Kanan is really the only one that makes my ass itch because he's just an irresponsible teenager and he just does not know what he's doing and refuses to properly learn the game. I still want to know what he has his money put to the side for. Now OC knows. OC has already reported back to Neek. Now he's probably going to tell Neek where the location is. And Neek is making moves, okay? He's already been hitting up Rock stuff. So, maybe probably next episode he's gonna be hitting up that spot where Kanan has that little, residual, that little, extra stash going over there. And that's gonna be that, y'all. Yes, we're all praying for your health, love. So we get a quick scene. Lou goes to a AA meeting. He's talking about the loss of fame, and it's making him kind of want to crawl into the bottle. It's making him want to drink. That's what he would normally do. And then that will cause him to do bad things that he couldn't take back. And it's just not a good place. But now that he's sober, he don't really know what to do with himself. And I was like, oh, baby. I just, my heart really goes out for Lou. Well, judging from the previews, we'll talk about it, child. We talk about it because I be trying to protect Lulu at all costs, okay? I was trying to get Lulu's ass out of here, okay? But now this tragedy is putting him right back to where he doesn't want to be. And I don't know, even if you don't drink, is this any better? Okay, so you're not drinking, so you go from one vice to another because that is a thing too. So ooh, baby, that last episode was good. Pete Bronson, that was good to me. Now, that was a good episode. So later on, Lou goes to visit that raggedy mama. Raggedy. DeMarcus not here. I'm going to call her Raggedy. If you come through on a replay, I'm going to call her Raggedy, DeMarcus. I got to call a thing a thing. So he tells her, listen, I bought some food buys in the fridge because, she's home, but she's got this, she got a little nurse's aid, home health aid, whatever you want to call it. So, bring her the food. So she's like, your brother tell you what I asked him? No, he did not. So she's like, your brother's a coward. Lou's like, he's not. I said, thank you, Lou. Thank you. Stand up for your sibling because she already trying to triangulate you guys and pitch y'all against each other and saying one thing about one to the next. And, the whole circle is well, triangle. It's very tricky. It's very nasty. It's very low down and dirty. So she says, oh, you've always been the sensitive one. He's like, what do you want? What do you want from me? Because he already knows. She starts talking to him about, he's just an empath, empath, I believe, is the new word for codependent. If y'all want to look that up, you can correct me if I'm wrong. But how, when he would see his dad was in pain, he would go over and hug the dad and stuff. So he's kind of like, yeah, we're not doing all of that. What do you want? And she's like, I asked your brother because, I don't want to ask you or your sister, you too fragile and she's too hard. I'm like, well, that's not how any of this works. I don't know what you think you're going to get done by disparaging the siblings, but go off, Joyce. So he's like, you always find the right words to make me feel wrong as hell. Yeah, for sure. For sure. So she's like, listen, I ain't got the strength for the right words, She dying and she's angry. And I get that, but ma'am, I don't want to say nobody cares, but you still just can't be talking to people reckless, dying or not. So she's like, that's what she asked Marvin to do, was to have some mercy on her. Right? He does need to leave that thing under the and carry it. That was so dumb. Not you moved it from one side. We gonna get to it. So he says, he said, see, I think he was saying, so you asked me. He said, no, he can't. So baby, she over 2 and I'm not mad. Like I said, I looked and I don't really see that her hand is shaking or anything. So I don't know why she's unable to administer the needle, or the person who, obviously it's not the person that's there with her now, but the person who sold her the extra little whatever, like, baby, I cannot. It is what it is. So she's nice this time, right? Because last time, she cursed Marvin's behind out, told him she couldn't stand to look at him and get out and all of the things. She ain't doing all that with Lou. She's like, it won't hurt. I'll just go to sleep. So he's like, I'm not scared of what it will do to you, but what it will do to me, which, why would you ask a recovering alcoholic? She's so selfish. And I get it, but she's so selfish. Why would you ask a recovering alcoholic to put you out of your misery? You just want him to just teeter-totter over the edge. And somebody that has attempted to take themselves out. Like, you just gonna put all that stress, all that pain. Okay. Mama of the year, I think not. We even see Marvin come to visit her later, but he don't even go in the room to see her. He's basically asking the nurse's aide, like, what's the vibe? What's her mood? Oh, she's that? Oh, okay. All right, well, I'ma head out. You want me to tell you? No, you haven't got to tell her I came by. Because when she's in that mood, it is what it is. I'm good on it. Let her be where she's at, right? So, baby, we see Unique. Okay, and this is my Unique. He still got that big scar on his head, but he look a little less like Frankenstein. He looking a little more like himself. He going over there, baby. He get his hair cut. He get him a shave. We see him get fitted for some gear, and last he stops at the jeweler to get him some jewelry. And he's like, this is all custom. This is all da 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 da. Which ones you want? He said, I want all of it. I want it all. Give me all of it. Please and thank you. And I said, now look, like I said, looks wise, Unique is, minus the scar, he's back. Baby, you just can't help. I just got to drool. Okay, just a little bit. I love to see him dressed. I love to see like Lou and his Shirley. Baby, it's just the fashions of the show with these fine men, and y'all not here for that. I'm trying not to run y'all out, fellas. Let me get back to where I'm going. So Kanan goes to talk to OC and some of the other guys. I didn't even bother to get their names. They not really significant to me. Kanan is not taking no ish, okay? Because last time when he went to talk to OC, he was inside. Now he's standing outside of the stoop. But when he was inside, the guy was just having him a little, smoking him a little smoky. He put it out like, I done told y'all about fraternizing and hanging out. Like, we're not doing that. But he's came to find out, like, he offered them some money to get some information about Famous. And so they're telling him like, some fiend said it was Freddie's crew that took Fame out. So Kanan is satisfied with the answer. Me, I've called the BS earlier. I was like, I don't think it's that, because OC is working for Unique, and he's also, trying to get the money for this for him, whether it's for Unique, whatever the reason may be. But it's like you can't really trust what's being said now. Kanan does not really know what's going on, but I was just like, And when we get later on to the end of this episode and we see what this crew is hitting for, it's like you already knew. You already knew. No, Unique getting himself together does not make him less delusional. That's why I said looks wise. We're not talking about what's going on upstairs, because upstairs he's not as, like I was saying a little earlier, he's not as Ronnie 2.0 in this episode as he's been previously. He's kind of tapering off a little bit, but he's still very much delusional. We're still not firing on all cylinders. The puzzle pieces is not connecting. It don't all make sense, because 5 plus 5 equal like 12. I don't know. That's just how it's going for him. Stephen Harris, you said jukebox reminds you of Keisha from the film Ooh, when she was on the court. Okay, I can see that. Yeah, because Juke was taking no shorts. Okay, she was not fixing to play with y'all. I could definitely see that. Definitely see that. Speaking of New Jack City, Imani is giving us New Jack City vibes with that wig, but I'm gonna leave it alone because I like Imani. She's a beautiful girl. She ain't very happy this episode, but still. So Birilla, he's at the studio, he's rhyming, doing his 1-2s, but Lou is not feeling it at all. So he has him come out and he's like, your lyricism is dope, but he's just trying to figure out if there's some new shit to say and a different way to say it. He's, looking for more metaphors, allegory, and whatnot. That's kind of what we got today, right? So Rilla reminds him, listen, you came and got me out the pen. Like, you came and got me. My stuff was nice. You like the way I flow. You like my lyrics. And now, here we are. And at the end of the day, we supposed to be making an album. He got people to take care of it. He ain't got no money. So basically, you need to get your shit right. He kind of give him like a little shove and whatnot. And Lou said he gonna step out before he does something he'll regret. Baby, he said he loved to see it. Lou said, no, you won't. I know you would not, sir. Okay, because we about to get right. Yeah. The only thing that's making me upset, but we need to have stories, so I cannot have a fantasy world. We had a better Marvin, and now Marvin has made a not a 180, he's made a 360, okay? Where back full circle to the old Marvin that pew pew and just take you out, and that's it. Yeah, it's no woosah, it's no stop and think about it. The only thing that he really has emotion and thought for is Juke. I will say that. He's still being a good dad. He has emotion and thought for her. He don't want her in the game. We're gonna talk about that in a little while. But outside of that, he don't give a damn. Shout out to Miss Misha. Anyway, um, and now we're gonna see the same thing with Lou. Lou went through his hard patch. He wanted to get out. You know, he's a recovering alcoholic. He tried to take himself out. He's been in recovery. He's been in rehab. And now the fame thing seems to be setting him back. Plus, he's dealing with Brilla. And Brilla is like, you know, he's a street dude. He's trying to do better. But, you know, the money ain't coming. And a lot of them did that. I remember, I think it was Biggie. They were talking about with you know, the man that's locked up, Diddy. That Biggie was like, the money wasn't coming up fast enough. And he was heading back to the streets. And they had to go get him, child. So, the only thing I don't understand, and we'll get to it later when we see Brilla with his child's mom, is what didn't Lowell just give him money? Wasn't he supposed to give him money for a place? Now I know they say he don't like to be alone, so he's still with Lou, I'm assuming. But yeah, I was a little confusion at this point. Steven, you say Brilla definitely the last straw for Lou. He will snap. Yeah. And I hate that for him. Like I said, we're seeing these characters come back around. I don't feel like Kanan has ever really gotten any like evolution, in my opinion. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. But in terms of Marvin and Lou, I think we did. And now we just kind of like backtrack and make it a full circle. B is delusional also because he really messing with the, yeah, Lulu do not play those games. And I'm surprised he doesn't know anything about Lulu and that family, or if he's just being willfully ignorant because baby, no. So Rock and Stefano meet with Hafiz, and Stefano was breaking the things down, talking about they got a foolproof operation. It's running smoothly. And he's telling them if you could come, if between the two of you guys, you would come up with a competitive price, there may be room to expand into other boroughs. Because he was asking about Queens, because he knows about the turf and the territory. But Stefano's like, Stefano, I go back and forth, child. One time I'm calling him something, other time I'm calling him something else. So he's just like clarifying that and saying that, you know, perhaps they can expand. So Hafiz is like, you know, I'm going to need to set up, you know, a manufacturing facility. That's going to take 2 to 3 weeks. So Rock is like, okay, we need to make moves. Okay. Not now, but right now, not today, but yesterday. Okay. I need to get this whole thing going. So he's talking about a number. She said, boom, I got you. She handed a little car. I already got a number. She got a number. She not willing to budge. Okay, this is the cost to be the boss. Anything over this don't make no sense. So like, this is going to be what it could be. He looking at it kind of like, well, what I was thinking, you know, he looking for a little startup fee. You know what I'm saying? He's like, it takes time. You know, we need money for this. And Rock is kind of like, that's a you problem. That's a you problem. Stefano, he's tickled. He's laughing. He's like, that's, you know, why we don't bring these women into the boardroom. I said, you better say that because you know Stefano like a little chocolate. Okay. We don't bring them into the boardroom because they always get what they want because you know what we talking about. You know what we talking about. So Hafiz accepts the offer. He was already intrigued, and baby, I'm glad she didn't bring David's ass because it would have been all over but the shout. And she bought the right one. Okay. She bought the white one and the right one. Okay. So we good to go. We cooking. We moving. So we see Kanan. He creeping in his unique Ronnie 3.0 fashion on Freddie's crew. So he see Freddie's crew standing over there. It's four dudes. So he decided not to make a move because at least one of them is strapped. We see it in his waistband. So he decides, okay, y'all gonna live to see another day, but I'ma regroup and I'ma come back. Meanwhile, while he's doing all this, we see Juke. Now we see him Juke earlier. Grab Marvin's piece from under the couch cushion when she was having her cereals, okay? Her fruits and her loops. Now she over there in the garage or something. She doing target practice, okay? I said, okay, girl. Like I said, so y'all just gave us all the army stuff, but the target practice and for her stitching up Marvin's arm. That's what y'all did this for? Okay. I'll let y'all have it. Because the people be saying I'm a tough customer, okay? And I cannot deny it. So Rock, she goes to see Kanan, but he's not there. Crystal answered the door. She be looking so aggravated to see that lady, and I don't. She another one to make my ass itch. Just young, dumb teens, just funky, nasty attitudes, right? So she's like, he's at. She's like, I don't keep track of him. Like Kanan do what Kanan do, and she's like, well, if you care about him, you'll keep track of him because he's in his head right now, and that's not a good place because Kanan does not make smart decisions. He don't make smart decisions. You need to watch your man. It's like Crystal is just there, y'all. She wasn't trying to, well, she did better this episode, but she ain't been trying to forge his relationship with him and his mom. She don't be trying to keep this ninja out of trouble. She just be sitting there and collecting whatever that man is giving her and living in that nice apartment and I'm sure eating good in the neighborhood, okay, Applebee's. But Crystal. Hold on. I didn't want. I'm gonna have to move this over here because I think I need my charger. I just need them to do better. Okay, do better. I'm trying not to make a lot of noise because the microphone be picking it up. I got this pop thing on the mic and I got it a while ago and I thought it was supposed to help filter out some of the sound, but I feel like it accentuates it because when I be making sounds and child, off on a tangent. I'm back. So she's kind of telling Crystal that, oh, he'll listen to you. And she's like, he don't really listen like that. And she was like, oh, you know him already. Baby Rock is being way nicer than I think I could be. I'm not saying I'd be cussing a little girl out because I don't believe in cussing out other folks' children. That's not my ministry. But however, okay, yeah, I just like I said, there's a look she be having on her face sometimes. Anyway, so she's like, that's not even what I came here for. She's like, I have some good news. So basically, tell him to hit me up. So he comes in later, all in the middle of the night. She laying on the couch. She waiting up. Yeah, hey, Kanan, hey, hi, yeah. Your mom came by, and she's worried. She's worried you're gonna do something crazy about Fame, and I am too. And he's like, I'm not gonna do anything. But you were thinking about it. I was just thinking about it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it, girl. I did it. Like that's the vibe it's given. I was just thinking about it. But he said he wasn't thinking about it, child. Kanan say he wasn't thinking about it. Fame was his brother, like, let's just go to bed. Dismisses her. Like I said, that's her meal ticket. She ain't got no backbone. She ain't got nothing to say. She ain't got no argument. She cool with it. We see Lou. Lou is spiraling. He is at somebody's bar. Clearly not Cafe Vu, because Shirley would not be playing them games with him. He is at a bar staring down a drink when Jess comes to the rescue. Now he called her and he tells her, he didn't drink, but he was, he fighting it. He fighting it. He like, can you please get that shit from in front of me? So she moves the drink. But, he's saying that he can't stop thinking about Fame. Like it's really tearing him up inside. And they went through their stuff, but he loved him. And Jess is kind of saying, he loved you too. He loved the whole family, baby. We know. There's another thing that's been going around. Remember when we saw, because over on the Clock app, baby, they resurfacing all the clips. Okay, all the old clips. We getting to see old jukebox. We even going back to earlier in Raising Kanan when we had that diner scene of Marvin, Juke, Kanan, Rock, and Lou all in a diner, and then Jess and Fame coming in because Jess was on business, and Jess saying she was down in Baltimore with her dad. Now we got the flashback of Fame. So now was that Fame's dad that was whooping him and turning him everywhere but loose, and not her dad? Because what dad are you staying with in Baltimore? It's just resurfacing some questions, but I'm assuming maybe they had two different daddies, or maybe that was a stepdad or something. Anyway, they got away from that mean evil man. But all the clips is starting to pop up. And I mean, Jessica cool enough. I just don't want Lou with them. But he loved the Butter Pecan Ricans, baby. Lou loving the Butter Pecan Ricans. That smile jukebox when she told them if they lying, she gonna go after everyone. Yeah, and is a menace. She did have Kanan nervous. Kanan went out there with all that energy, and then jukebox up the ante on the crazy. Okay, she said, "You want to see Unhinged? I will show you Unhinged." So they leave the bar, right, and later they end up going to the studio. So he's kind of playing the music, Lou, and he's like, he just don't have a feel for it. And that's Lou's gift. Lou got an ear, and that's what makes him good at what he does. Even though a lot of that fame music don't go hard for me, but it's a show, so we gonna go with it. He's like, he can't tell if it's good, he can't tell if it's bad, and he just can't stop thinking about fame. And he feels like the only way to shake it is to find out who did it and to do it to them. And Jess is like, listen, that's not going to bring him back, and it's not going to make anybody less sad. So she got something. She got something that's gonna make him feel different, okay? And he can make her feel something different. He can make him feel good. Make me feel good. Halle Berry, baby. We know what happened. They don't show us, but we know what happened. They did what adults do in a stew, okay? They did what adults do. Just get a little pressure off, take the edge off, get your mind where it needs to be. So Unique, he's looking fine. His little Ferrari bomber. He roll up to see Akbar. Akbar, everybody get to say, nigga, I thought you was dead. And he said, niggas like me, they don't die. We just rest up for resurrection. I thought that was cute. Like that line. I said, I like how y'all wrote that. Rested up for resurrection. Now you're not Jesus. Easter is coming. So we about to have resurrection Sunday. But I digress. Anyway, they did that. So he's like, why are you in Jersey, looking for my people? And he's like, Southside is kind of spoken for right now. And I'm kind of walking sore, right? But when I move, it's going to be hard and it's going to be fast, right? He's telling him, okay, but my people don't come cheap. But Nick is like, I don't think, Phil would have arranged this if he didn't think I was willing to pay you your worth. So Akbar's like, all right, I got the soldiers you need. Neek is building with his crazy self. Okay, I gotta find another word used for crazy because I don't want nobody to get their panties in a bunch. I'm just talking. It's just words. We can't say nothing that we used to say. Life is sensitive. I gotta find another word. But anyway, Unique is building his army. Okay, he's putting things together. Okay, so we hate to see it because if it was under good pretenses, I would be okay with it. Like if Rock actually did something to be worthy of all of this, I would be okay with it. Like I said, I was fine before when they were adversaries. I think he was a great adversary. I just love to see them go at it. I like when they was making love and it was chocolate on chocolate. I like that too. But this is, yeah, it's none of the above. So Drew caught herself trying to sneak in the house all late. And Marvin wants to know, he's like, what the fuck is you doing? What are you doing? What's going on? Where's my, film, right? So she tells him, listen, I wasn't doing nothing. I was just doing some target practice with it. Like, I'm good at it. I got good at it in the army, and it kind of, calmed me down. I said, not shooting off the pum calm you. Girl, I guess so. So he's like, is it fame? Is it Aaron? And like what is help me help you? What is going on? So she's like, it's all of that. It's being home, it's the army, it's fame, it's this dude, it's just everything. He's like, this is why I was trying to tell you, you think you're good, and then shit creep up on you and you're not. So he's like, she's asking, like, is that what happens to you? And he's like, we're talking about you, okay? And she's like, I am you. I am you. We're more the same than different. And he's like, I don't want you to have the part of me that has you carrying, the pum, like the strap. I don't want that for you. And Drake is kind of saying to him, like, it's too late. Like, but he's really like, I don't want any of this for you. He said he's good at one thing and that's bad. That's facts. And he said if it was him and Fame was his boy, you basically, he all this shit up, okay? He knock all of this over, okay? But if she's doing what he does or he would do, then you're probably doing ish wrong. She's like, I don't even know what you're saying. I got it. She didn't know what he was saying. He said he didn't know what he was saying either. He's starting to sound like Lou. And I said, oh, okay. Because sometimes when you're climbing that bottle, you make a little sense. And Lou was unraveling before, but he wasn't making sense. And you making sense. Because y'all both making this the same 360 that we hate to see. Y'all both making it. So, yeah, it's sounding a little similar. It's looking a little similar, right? So he's like, listen, Give me back my strap. Cut it out. Go somewhere and sit down. Is she gonna go somewhere and sit down? No. Is he gonna put the shit almost right back where it was before? Yes. Um, who was saying it? About taking a clip out. Is he gonna take the clip out? No, he ain't about to do none of that. We come back to it. We get a quick scene where Erwin, he's opening back up. He's nervous, right? Um, he's talking to Rock and he's like, nah, I'm not gonna end my relationship because I'm gonna do the safe thing. Okay. I'm gonna do the safe thing, but he does so with a heavy heart and concern. Rock's basically like, it's gonna be better and it's gonna be safer. Okay, bye. Talk to you later, Erwin. I said, poor Erwin. And I hope he makes it because he is being smart because David is high and Terry was nasty and rude and just talking about suicide in his mouth. So I hope you're okay, Erwin. I get your concern. I would be concerned too. Early is also frustrated, okay? He's telling Marvin, between you and the Italians, like, I'm taking a squeeze, okay? I'm not getting much done. Plus, I got to chase these folks down and get my money. You know, he's like, I got made men telling me that they can carry a dead, and I can't do it, okay? Some shit got to shake. Something got to happen. And Marvin's like looking around again. Him and Rock. Sounds like a you problem. You figure that shit out. It's none of my business. It's none of my business at all. Stephen Harris says they're definitely going to make it stretch. But like you said, obviously OC is Yep. We got to start winding down. We only got 4 episodes left. So you guys said we got 407 next week and then we take a break. So that's cool. The episode 8 better be everything that I'm looking for, okay? Everything that I'm looking for, okay? Because your girl's been a little bit critical. I'm still enjoying the show. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. Like I said, I feel like it's moving a little slower. It's not that it's not telling us anything. It's just, my synopsis. But then when we get too much pum pum and shoot them up and bang them up, then I don't be satisfied with that anyway. Unique is ready to shook rock. Quan was right. She's soft after the mafia raided. Yeah. Yeah, Rock is getting hit. She don't really have the infrastructure she thinks she has either, because she need more security. She ain't got no security at her house. She ain't got no security cameras at her house. You don't have no protections on your establishments. Now you want to put that stuff there? Seems like a day late and a dollar short, but I digress. I guess she thought that wasn't nobody gonna cross her. Here we are crossing her. Who pack? Stephen Harris. Barilla will be the one of the reasons Lou's back in the streets to smell a pack. Now, are we talking about a Lou pack or a Barilla pack? Because Barilla can go, but Lou cannot. They can't keep trying to get rid of Lou and Marvin like this. I mean, I guess when we get to season 5, we got to start getting rid of people like main characters we can. But for right now, I'm gonna need them to leave them alone. Okay, I'm gonna need them to leave them alone. So Lou is at the studio. He's listening to Barilla. Honestly, to me, even though he got that good, he still look a little stressed to me. Okay, he don't look too happy to be there. He's still in his head. Imani comes in and tells him, I got a meeting with Eldad Facts. That's logic, or they said it's supposed to search from third base. And he's like, all right, that's cool. Sounds good. So she's asking him, okay, I'm all right with that. She's asking him how he's feeling. And he's like, yeah, I'm alive. It's better than the alternative. Maybe, I don't know. And she's just trying to she's trying to be there for him, but she notices the earrings across the room. Whose is these, Lou? What is this? He said it ain't mine. Baby, she walks over, and not only does she find the earrings, she finds the necklace, a nameplate, because it's back in the day. Your girl still has a nameplate. I'm just infatuated with anything with my name on it. So yeah, I still got a nameplate. I don't got no name earrings. I'm gonna get some, but I got a nameplate. And sis is through. She's like, well, you might, she's like, Jess, as in your ex, you might want to tell her that she left her jewelry. I'm sure she's looking for it. She is. But also, Jess, girl, you being messy. What kind of sexuals y'all was having? You had to take off your earrings and your necklace. Your earrings. Can y'all get that in the comments and let me know what, ladies, if y'all are still here? Y'all taking off earrings and necklace? Okay, fine. But, it was a little bit of a setup, and here we are. So Birilla pays his daughter and her mom a visit. He got some diapers. She's calmly telling him, she's like, I ain't trying to be nagging and complaining, screaming and yelling, but I need some money. You need to take care of your daughter. He kind of says he got them. I appreciate that exchange and how sis carried that exchange out. We love to see it. Okay. Peace and harmony. All right. And also, like I was saying earlier, what happened to that money that Lowell was supposed to be giving him to, like I said, I know he doesn't really want to move quite yet, although that's what I thought too, child, because I said, who's this leaving they, and it's bad enough you left the earrings, you could have blamed that on somebody else, but not the Jess necklace too, child. Tamika said she did that on purpose. Yeah. Messy. So where is this money that Lowell supposedly was supposed to be working in and for Birilla? Like, even if you really could have got a place for him and his girl, although she seemed like she got a place. But you could stay with Lou, but you don't got no money to give that lady? No. I guess he's spending the money on them diapers. Tamika, I was confusion. Now you about to go do some hood rat shit. Speaking of hood rat shit, we later see him go to the African shop. I don't know why I want to say assalamu alaikum because that's Muslim. That's not African. You know what I mean? It's in there listening to some last poets probably. I don't know. I'm just saying. Um, he going over there to meet with somebody named Kenyatta. He comes out the back and he's like, he wants to set up a caper. Who is the record owner? They need to do it soon. Lol. He's like, he's out in Long Island. He's cheap, so he probably don't got that much security. It's got to be a lot of money. Let's go get this thing and let's do it. Let's do it now. This is the route that you want to go? You about to screw you. You about to screw Lou. And like I said, I understand because I think Biggie and some of the other ones went through that where they go back onto the street because they're not making money. But Lou just sat you down with Lowell to get you some money. So I don't really understand how we got here. If we didn't have that scene, it would make more sense. But because we had that scene, your girl is unclear. I hate to be nitpicking, but y'all put it there. So here we are. Yes, please hit that like button if you haven't already. So Kanan come banging on Juke's door. You said you was gonna be down to go do the business that needs to be done. Baby, they ready to ride out. Juke go looking for that strap. Now Marvin just moved it from one end of the couch to the other end of the couch. He ain't took the clip out or nothing, like y'all said. So I'm like, Marvin. You're very unsmart like these kids, okay? Your brain is still stuck at the age of Juke and Kanan, okay? Because why would you just move it to the other end of the couch, Marvin? You're not going to put it in a closet. I guess it's for easy access. I'm going to try to let him have that, but you could have took the clip out, child. I don't... Ooh, baby. So they roll up to the basketball court, okay? She says, oh, do we know who did it? No. Okay, well, all four of them need to go anyway, because if one of them did it, all of them do it, baby. She's like, you cover the far side, I'll get their attention. How she get their attention, you ask? She shoot the ball in the air. It's going in the hoop. No, pow. Boom, boom, pow. Done. Gone, right? Which one of you took out fame? Maybe they don't know. We don't know nothing. Okay? Another ghost reference. So she gets them on their knees. Baby Juke is laughing. She is having a little bit too much of a time with this. I thought Kanan was going to be the one because he was beating his chest, acting like he was going to do something. But he didn't really want to bust a grape in a fruit fight. Juke is the one that indeed did want all of that action. She said, you know what? I was tripping when you said that last time, but you're right. I am crazy. Tell me what movie that is. Anyway. I probably didn't say it exactly right, but you get the reference. You get what I'm saying. So they're not like that. And baby, if you look at these kids do not look like they be on no street-ish at all. At all. They not holding Freddie down. He took from us just like he took from everybody else. Like we not those type of people, not those type of kids. So Kanan was scared, Tamika. Yep. She was not playing. Kanan looked scared. Yeah, because he came out there like he's about that action. And yeah, FAFO, okay? For sure. So they're like, no, we heard it was the police. He knew something about a cop being dirty. They got scared that he talked, so they handled it. You can see Kanan's wheels are rolling, right? They say something about, where they heard it, over at the barbershop, what barbershop. Like, they don't have the answers, so Juke is getting activated, okay? She just, Juke looked like if she had already, pew pew on the ball. She had already pew pew past the boy's ear. I know he couldn't hear good. I know he couldn't hear good when she fired that thing off. But Juke said, I'm leaving here with something. I'm shooting something, okay? She really wanted to put one in one of them, okay? She wanted to put somebody down so badly. I just knew somebody was going to go. And I'm like, this is not about to be. Even if they did this, it's not going to be good, though. I feel like y'all can let me know, but I feel like this is going to come back to bite them in the ass. But she wanted a piece of something. So Kanan's like, maybe they're not lying. Nervous. Maybe they're not lying. So we're hearing the sirens in the back, so we know they gotta go. They got to go. So Juke him one of the guys up and said, if you lying, I'm coming for you and your people. I said, oh girl. Okay, we got it. Message received. Woo, Lord. I was scared. I wasn't even there. I ain't do nothing. I don't be about that life. I be in my house just eating snacks and watching TV. But I digress. So Lou, he goes to stop by Mama Olga's house because he got Jess jewelry. Okay, Tamika's on the same wavelength as me. Left that shit on purpose. But she says, thanks. I was looking all over for it. No, you were. No, and thanks for last night. I bet. So she tells Lou that, Mama Olga is moving to LA. She is done with her. She is done with Southside, as she should be, okay? Yeah, she should be, and they're leaving tomorrow. So he's like, you always going and I'm always staying. She's like, it doesn't have to be that way. Y'all say I'm difficult. I just don't like Jess. I really don't. I'm sorry. I know he like his butter pecan Rican. I know he does, and we will talk about butter pecan in a minute. I know that's what he like, and I just I don't know. That yes, thank you. Goodbye, ma'am. Goodbye. And I do want him to go somewhere and get away, but it does not look like that's the direction they're taking us in. Like I said, they're writing him in a circle, and they already wrote Marvin in a circle. Marvin has to start back at one, and now here comes Lou. So yeah, because I know Demarcus wanted her to go. Demarcus ain't here. Demarcus gonna be in the replay in the comments. It's okay. He gonna want her to go with Jess. He gonna want him to go with Jess. Anyway, they hug. He talking about, basically you already know. She said you already know too, or whatever the hell they had said. I don't really care. Like Tamika said, good riddance. Hasta la vista. Adios. Bye bye. So it's dark. We over at Rock Spot. Well, I don't know if I quite knew it. We were at Rock Spot. It was dark. We seen a patio door open. No, nobody leave their patio door open like that. Okay, the curtains was just blowing in the wind. I said, "Oh, you probably got bugs and all." Creep your girl out. I don't fool around with leaving the stuff open. The black folks don't leave no doors open. Might crack a window. We ain't never gonna leave no door open like that. Never mind. Just taking this a little too far, girl. So we know it's Rock's house because Rock comes in. Okay, we hear OG Kanan is narrating, talking about rules in the game and all the crazy ish that goes on, right? So she come through. She throw her jacket on the chair. She throw her pocketbook on the table. Okay, she come in looking bad in the cat suit. Ma'am, you ain't got no strap in the back in that cat suit, in the bosoms, nothing. Okay, she come and turn on the light in the kitchen, and she sees Neek, baby. He look good as okay. Standing there talking about you ain't wrong about this butter pecan rock. You ain't wrong about this butter pecan rock's mother. He ain't wrong about it. And OG Kanan say, craziest thing I seen is a ninja coming back from the dead, baby. That is where we end. Okay? Rock was shook, scared, all of the things. Come on, Miss Patina. Did all your good acting. Did all your good acting in the facials, okay? Y'all like butter pecan ice cream? My mama used to love some butter pecan ice cream too. I guess I ain't never been grown enough to like it like that. Now they did make a butter almond. I don't like pecans. I think that's what it is. They did make a butter almond that was pretty good because I like the ice cream part. I just didn't like the pecans. I digress, y'all. I just, I know. See, Mika said the nerve coming in looking good, eating up the butter. Right! Thought you standing there looking like a snack, eating my snacks. And you can have some other snacks, but probably not because she's scared. And he been, doing some dirty things. But next week, he said he's taking back everything that belongs to him. I said, oh, okay, child, I guess. You be tearing up stuff, but I don't like the pecans. The ice cream flavor is so good. I can't fool with the pecans. Oh, ooh, yes. I don't like pecan or pecan pie either. It's just the pecans. I like almonds. I like cashews. I like peanuts. I don't know. I don't like pecans, y'all. Mm-mm-mm. To each his own, child. That's the old people ice cream, which I guess we is the old people now, and rum raisin. I think my sister-in-law used to eat rum raisin ice cream from her old granny. Anyway, Lou look like he back being activated next episode, y'all, and I hate that for him. Okay, I'd love to see him in action. Like I said, I love to see him in a Shirling and on his. Oh, you don't like pecan pie though? Okay, yeah, that shit is. I tasted it. That's like a thing. It's just like a sugar in a pan. Um, I like to see Lou when he be because when Malcolm Mays was in Snowfall, yeah, but him with the facial hair and the Sherlins, okay, and the 90s fits, okay, all right. So yes, but no for you being back in action. Kanan and Juke is about to be making moves because now she's just ruthless. Now she just automatically flipped the switch and she's crazy Juke and he's crazy Kane. Again, I'm gonna try to find another word for crazy, but that's all I got. Okay, my apologies. Okay, and Unique is making moves too. Okay, he's making moves. We see Stefano talking. It's gonna be some things moving, some things shaking. It looks like episode 7 is gonna be real good. Then we're gonna have a little break, and episode 8, damn, better be great. Okay, episode 8 better be great. I'm playing with these people. Yeah, Lulu, don't want to see you in the streets, Lulu. You and Marvin both freaking rock. Only Kanan's dumb ass. You should have left Kanan's dumb ass there with his dumb ass mama. Jeez Louise, y'all. Yeah. I guess it wasn't that bad. It was like I said, the end part was really what sold it for me. But that's what they gotta do. The whole fame thing don't really, it don't really curl over for me like it need to curl over. But like I said, I'm gonna let it go. We're not going James St. Patrick it. R.I.P. to fame. I don't have my wine. Maybe I'll remember and I'll pour a little next episode if I remember. I was supposed to, but I was running late. So I ain't have no water. I ain't got no wine. I don't got no nothing. I just get your ass up here, talk about this episode. So I did. I'm going to try to give y'all a week. It's already scheduled a weekly huddle tomorrow at 1:15. Yeah. Today was a lot. We got Found. That Found episode was good. Found panel tomorrow. I may have something else, so just keep your notifications on. We're going to see what it do with that. Monday, we got the Never Ever Met season 2, episode 2, or we got a panel for that. Come through for that. Just keep your notifications on, baby. I got a little staycation time, so I might, pop up some things during the week. I might not. I don't know. Depends on how I'm feeling. I want to rest, and part of me just wants to work. But anybody coming through on the replay, please leave a comment. Hashtag replay. Drop an emoji, baby. Drop a basketball for that basketball that you kept popped in the air like that and scare Kanan and them boys. Them boys, they just look young and like they just like to just be out there. They trying to be Michael Jordan or all of the things. Probably Michael Jordan back there. All the things. Patrick Ewing. They wasn't trying to hurt nobody. They wasn't ripping and running. Although I say that, and one of them did have a little strap in his waistband we saw earlier, but just their faces just looked like they was not about that trouble. Subscribe. Thank you to my new subscribers. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Pass it on. Sharing is caring. All of the good things. We trying to get this train on the road. Now he gonna elevate his noise as I'm getting off the live. You never know with the children. They just be, sir, loud, just loud for no reason. And I bet you I had, sorry. But he got headphones on, so he can't hear, because that's how life be going, yo. Found was excellent. Oh my god, I cannot wait to talk about it. I think I'm gonna watch it again. Before we do the panel. Oh Lord, it was good to me. Thank you, Tamika. Yeah, y'all. I'm gonna stop running my mouth. Mama, we made it. I appreciate y'all. Please check out some of my other content. And I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Subscribe.
Thanks, Boo.